All right, Joanna Connolly is back with us from Business in Vancouver.
Hi.
And we're talking about anti-gentrification. And we've seen a lot of protests, obviously, about what's going on. But that's one side of the story. And you have the other side of the story from the developers.
Yeah, we've been talking to the developers. So there's been a lot of protests about new restaurants in the area, as we know, and more recently about developments. I think that locals are worried that a high rise of condos, luxury apartments are going to be built there, and they're going to be completely priced out of the market because it's a very cheap area.
Or try to push people out of their homes and things like that.
Yeah, that's the fear.
Yeah,
but developers are saying that this is really, not the case. And we've been speaking to one particular developer, 138 Sequel, and they are developing a 6-story building that has 79 affordable homes and 18 social housing units.
Right.
So he's saying, in fact, rather than being the target of a hunger strike, which was what happened a couple of weeks ago, the locals should actually love this project, and he plans to go ahead and start construction later this year. He's not phased at all.
So how do they get the message out? Like, you can say that we're going to be great, we're going to build social housing, we're going to do all these things, but if no one buys it and no one believes you, you're just sort of speaking into the wind.
Yeah, it's a real challenge for them, and I think that such developers need to be quite careful as well as they proceed with construction, because if these protests continue, the sites could be a target. So they've got to be very careful about security, but also about being, getting their message across, as you say, and making sure that all the billboards explain that this is low-income housing for local people.
And you mentioned one project, but there's a lot of other projects that are going on as well.
There are lots of developers that really want to see the revitalization of the area. There's a company called Anthem Group, which recently bought the 122-year-old Save on Meats building, which is very well known. And they're planning on keeping it and developing the upper floors as office space. So that's really not going to harm the area, and yet they have been a target of these protests too.
I love going downtown and driving down Cordova Street and just seeing the buildings are so beautiful. And it's a great area, and it'd be nice to see it, rise up from where it's been. And it's getting there, but it's still a long road to take.
Yeah, the developers certainly agree with that.
All right, well, we'll get some more information in BIV.com. You can read Joanna there. Thanks for